WM Grand Prix of Styria. Pole Espargaro gets a great start on the KTM. So KTM on pole. KTM, look again, just as you said in your analysis, using the penalty loop, if you like, for a bit of an escape road.
Look at ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Mir leads. We'll move back to that later, but that really has wiped it for
Up the throttle, so he's going to drop back as well.
Look at this. We keep talking about the changing of the guard. The front three men at the moment are the guards being checked. It was Jack indeed.
There was
Nakagami
room.
Now.
Oh!
There's Nakagami wiping him. So you can tell that Nakagami was going to try, and Vinales has got to work hard. That's pushed him out on the green. Rins on the 42 bike, but out front, Jack has made it through. Given it a good old tug, hasn't he? But he's making it work at the moment on the Pramac bike. It's just a question of whether it lasts throughout the Red Bull Ring. Jack Miller. Well, it's been a long time since he's won a... Finished second last time out here a week ago.
Oh, someone's really wide. Was it Quartararo? Possibly.
In this race, whether he was going to get so frustrated with the performance of things here. The championship leader has got work to do on the number 20 for him to do. Jack Miller pulling away from Joan Mir on the 36 bike. Takaki Nakagami. Well, Honda are missing.
Very wide.
And there was one of the other factory, that's Binder, that's sorting out one of the Tech 3 KTM and wiped the rear tyre of Jack Miller.
What we've seen this weekend, race pace throughout practice. Mir too. When I said at the start it's going to be about pole, can he convert this pole position? Can he deal with the pressure, Keith, of racing in this class?
Significant for me in this race so far, agreed with all you talked about, is the man in 6th place. 2 laps gone then, as we come down the front straight, and Andrea Dovizioso is putting himself in a good position. Onto the Suzuki, much fancied as well. Brad Binder, fastest lap, 25.0, so Brad Binder, the man who won, back in Britain.
And then I think get a flashback to last week. He passed Valentino for the very first time on track and ran off the track and pretty much ran off.
Continues for Jack Miller as well. Mir on the Suzuki. Argron, good to see. Do you know what I'm really pleased about? To see him calm at this point in the race.
Yeah.
Not using his tyres up, not spinning his tyre.
I mean, he was what? Over the line, he was probably about 4 or 5 seconds back, so he's... well, he's...
Oh, Mir on the Suzuki. That Suzuki turns so well, doesn't it? Turns 9 and 10. Well, the only thing I would add from last weekend, they only had 20 laps as the main race, if you like. It's 28 this time. There is going to be a... El Diablo down in 13th place. He's just taken Petrucci.
So it must have been him who went wide at turn 1.
Oh, Nakagami's man. Absolutely. Maybe not as a person, but as a motorcycle racer, he is getting it together now. Jack Miller. Well, as these guys keep falling over each other, that might just give Zarco a little bit more opportunity to close it down from the very back of the... All got red helmets up on our screens here. They are all on fast laps at the moment. It's a massive
The mistake up into turn 1.
Oh, yeah, big mistake. Right up on the rumble strip. No wonder he ended up going right out.
Yeah, how many times have we seen... Yeah, that was a shot in the background.
Morbidelli also has been off on turn 4 as well. That's the penalty loop where 1 or 2 of these riders might get Mir leads.
This is going to be...
Joan Mir leads. Yeah. Let's see if he can make a break.
Exactly. What's going to be interesting, let's look at this straight now from the aerial view. How...
Really good. Suzuki didn't look bad to me. I wish we hadn't cut away from it. That was informative.
Fastest man on lap, well, fastest man in the race.
24 forces it under the independent team KTM, the Tech 3 KTM, but it's Mir out front. Now then, this is in this race, but Joan Mir is growing in stature, particularly around here, back-to-back races and Q, right on that part of the racetrack that he's mega confident on. He's always looked good through 9 and 10, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Joan Mir on the factory Suzuki.
One thing we've learnt about Mir over the years, stop, look at it, he's pulled out on this lap.
We've had fairy tales in Moto 3, fairy tales in Moto 2 on the brakes. Miller good on the brakes, he just leaves Nakagami behind. So Mir, Miller, Nakagami, Paulus Binder is up to 8th place now. He's gone past Miguel Oliveira again.
So interesting, right? So that was Mir's first lap on his own flat, 24.0.
Pole time was 23.580 by Pole Espargaro, but the track is cool. The sun's on it. There's the championship as it is. Quartararo still leads, but it's a diminishing lead as he goes to the inside.
When's he going to get a warning?
How many times has he done that?
Well, that's obviously his second time there. Is he going to get a ride through?
What he will get. Actually, Mir has got to drop a position.
That's strange.
Mir has got to drop a position due to gain...
Just as he was checking out, because he was.
That was at 14.01. Yeah, that's right. If that information is correct that we've got on our board here that we're watching at the moment. Here's Rins. He's on top of Pole Espargaro now. jump back at them. Mir, whoa, Jack's hot in there and hot again at Ducati. He's good at it though, isn't he?
He so is.
He rides it like that and it still points in the direction he wants it to. So the whole race, having picked up that injury.
Just look at the top five. You said it earlier, changing of the guards.
Yeah, looks it.
You know, with me expected of, you know, the favourite sort of Viñales, Dovizioso, Rossi.
We miss Marc Marquez, but it might be a genuine changing of the guard now that he's picked up such an injury. 3 months' time. That injury, the second part of his injury, must be a lot worse than anybody gave it credit for. There, to say I don't understand that, but
yeah, the fear is that if he doesn't see it, what are they going to give him a black flag?
Well, it hasn't come up on there, even though it's on our monitors here. So
Gabs just pointed out that did.
Maybe he's already done that. Franco Morbidelli looking to get by if he can. Going on between Miller. Pol Espargaro's closed him down. Mir's still there. Look at that, Suzuki just doesn't quite pick up. It has been today as well. Maybe he ran out of tyres, because that looks to me like the Suzuki
yeah, you're
got
right.
the grip.
He had no grip on the rear
at all. Suzuki an opportunity as well, but I think the KTM's got enough top end to keep him at bay. Certainly has. But I think that Suzuki's well. He's up the inside of Mir. Mir's going nowhere. So the Suzuki's efforts have been thwarted here with this shortened race. So Jack Miller. Can Jack do it? Can Jack hang on? 6.5 laps to go of the 12 lap. And now it's Pol Espargaro for KTM that's looking to try and make it 2 wins for KTM at their programme to try and get these KTM RC16s there. There's Hervé Poncharal, that's the Tech 3 team.
Who's been racing, you know, a team owner for how many years? 30 years.
As long as I've been around.
Never.
They were stalwarts at Yamaha, but here comes that very quick-looking KTM on Jack Miller's Prata. Yamaha, in the end, went to the Sepang International Circuit Petronas team, and he picked vision, didn't it? Oh, look at Pole, that's tight. That was really tight. If Jack hadn't just been a little bit wide there, you get the feeling that he can do this without having to be too much of a bully. 5 and a bit laps to go. Mir seems to have settled back. Binder's in 6th place, but he won't be there for long if he can help it. And then it's Nakagami that isn't going to have an opportunity. It would
4 races so far this year, and in 2 of them he's been taken out. He has had no luck at all.
He's going to ease Jack up to the curb. He doesn't have to. He's got it all done. So through goes Pol Espargaro at turn 9. This is turn from the Ducati. He almost thwarted him. Pit Byra and the team are all looking on. Oliveira looking as well. Surely not a one. That's taken him out of the equation. That lets Dovizioso off anyway. Nakagami will move up into that 6th place. Now there seems to do it with ease though, and he makes the. I was going to say he made the apex, and Pol Espargaro didn't. To put the Tech 3 KTM on the top step. This is going to be an in. Does it on Mir?
Will Mir getting back here?
No. Don't think Mir's got the grip.
No, I agree.
I think the Suzuki or whatever.
Well, he's got this. He's got another medium in it, but that's what he went with. But maybe it's the same tyre.
So leaps away from the Ducati of Jack Miller. Miguel Oliveira, nice long sweeping lap here from Miguel Oliveira. Will he look at the inside? Oliveira to do that. 4 laps to go. Dovi's coming.
Can you imagine the celebrations if Pole wins? I mean, he will explode.
Are emotional, there's no doubt. He's looking good though. He's looking calm on that KTM. But Dovizioso, has Dovi got in that wide old sideways line down at turn 3? Back to what, 2nd gear? And 4. Onto the rev limiter, the soft rev limiter bounces in. Pol Espargaro a little bit sideways on the way in here. Jack and find the grip. 3 and a bit laps to go. Mir's not over and done with yet. In the grain up, left-hand side. So maybe it's the front tyre that's causing the problem, not the rear.
He started, look, 24 laps to front. That's what it's done.
If he pushes it on that,
he will be down.
Yep,
and that's why, obviously, he was going to win that first race. And look at it.
It all went pear-shaped when he got to the second one. Maybe there is some God, after all, in the KTM camp that has got an attack left in him. If he's close, he's going to have a go.
And it's the same with Oliveira.
Yeah, say that again. Still Mir there, but Dovizioso in 4th place. Has he got anything left?
Dovi would be absolutely perfect.
In the mirror. Andrea Dovizioso, we look back at Brad Binder is in 8th place, Valentino Rossi 9th at the moment. Iker Lecuona only 10th for him, he'll be disappointed, but points are up for grabs here. Massive points are up for grabs. 25 points for a win. We don't worry about it. Dovi knows that. Pol Espargaro, can he hang on? 2 laps to go. Surely they'll be aware as well not to run onto the green. We've seen some of that. You lose your last lap, you get put back a place if you run onto the green. Clean and tidy over the last 2.6 miles. So, penultimate lap.
I'm going to repeat what I've said. Pol Espargaro is the more motions. He's got 2 laps leading. If he can do 2 perfect laps, without any mistake, territory, he's had 1 MotoGP podium in 7 years of racing.
109 Grand Prix for Pol. Step of the podium, Pol Espargaro for KTM, looking to equal Brad Binder's Brno. First place for KTM. Equally, if he doesn't hold it together, he will be so devastated. I'd be amazed to see him back. Will he get over there? 2.6 miles to go, just over.
See, I'd be giving, they need to give him plus 0.3. Going to go defensive. If he does the perfect lap time now, they can't catch him. He's just done a 24.1. If he does another 24.1, he's more defensive.
But a rider sometimes needs it taken out. I'm sure he will have said, I want exactly what it is on my board, otherwise they wouldn't have given his
time by going defensive. Look how much time he's lost.
Too much. You have called it absolutely spot on, Hodgie.
Just give him
and here comes Jack on the brakes up into turn 4.
There you go.
The management may have given this away. You're so right, Hodgie. I can't yet.
And look who's behind him.
Right on it. Miguel Oliveira is going to look to try and relegate him.
He's going to dive bomb him.
He is going to hate him, Camp. Neil Hodgson, you called it spot on. So, Jack Miller, is he going to? Pol Espargaro goes up the inside. Surely. Can't keep it down. Last corner coming up.
For it.
Miller's going to go.
Oh, it's tight.
At the line, who went on the green stuff? Oliveira takes the win for Tech 3. That is Hervé Podrol, Guy Coudon.